The last one was a rewatch. I know you've seen it, but it was cool to see it again after a long time. I watched Christine
Oh,
again
good.
and hadn't seen it for many, many years. I love the way, and I figured I'd watch it a little bit because we talked about Unhinged, and it's like, the car being
Mhm.
part of the, even though this is a
Roll.
style,
Yeah.
that's why Unhinged is closer to Duel and those kind of movies. But I thought just John Carpenter, his visual effects just hold up so well, like the car being put back together and
Yeah.
repairing itself.
It looks
As
good.
as I watched it, I go, did James Cameron look at this for Terminator? Because it had a Terminator feel to it, that this machine that you can't kill, that keeps repairing itself and, attacking whatever's. So I thought it was a cool, and even the way that it ends with, oh, could there be more? But I thought the visual effects were awesome. I love the soundtrack. That song, Pledging My Love, I love the Johnny Ace one that
Yeah, I'm with you.
the script that I had written, I put that song in. I love the way they use it here. I still love Bad Lieutenant, the way it's used there more, where he's naked and
Yeah.
dancing. Um,
Oh.
Not that he's naked, but I love the song.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was a fun movie, and I keep looking at John Carpenter and I always liked him a lot, but I appreciate him even more because you look at what he did and the impact that he had and the style of movies that he made.
Yeah.
Really well done. And I like Keith Gordon too. I mean, one of my favorite movies is Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield, where he plays his son. I think he actually went on to direct movies too. Like he became a pretty
Cool.
solid director, but he
Cool.
was right in that wheelhouse of the 80s with, that style of movie with the high schoolers. And I think this was one of Kelly Preston's first films too, who passed away early this year, John Travolta's wife. So it was cool to see a lot of young actors and stuff in it, but they hold up so well. Even like The Thing, the
I know.
makeup and stuff,
Yeah.
you look at it and you go, that still looks good. So I just
Yeah.
really appreciate the fact that he was so practical and the stuff that he did and the style. And I just kept getting this Terminator feel. Like, I don't know,
Cool.
maybe it's just a coincidence, but it was crazy to see a machine being broken and then being put back together, but
Yeah.
doing it in a minimalistic way. Because even, he didn't have necessarily the Terminator budget.
Yeah.
So that one was a revisit, but definitely a fun one to check out again. I know obviously you've seen it, right?
Oh yeah, and that was one where when I watched it as a kid, it like was technically good to go at any age because it's just a car. It wasn't necessarily a serial killer, and it scared me. It was a good horror film for a little kid. It was and then through the years, I think it holds up really well. When we went and saw John Carpenter at concert, they had the car there,
Oh,
and
no.
it was cool. And you could like take pictures by the car, and then inside the car in the center, I think it was like designed. I don't know what it was on. It was just like a kind of a head floaty, but they put the Michael Myers mask in there. It was cool, and the car looked good.
I missed that, but I don't think he's going to be doing one of those concerts again. But that's cool to be able to see him like that in that
Yeah,
form.
it was a weird setup. I was able to I can go to the back of the crowd. I can go right to the front of the stage, screaming, cheering. It was a very fun concert. Before times have changed drastically.
Definitely.